Hey everybody, welcome in. Good Wednesday afternoon. Thanks for hanging with us on KARE 11 Plus. It's one of those days where it feels appropriate to say what a difference a few hours can make. We had dense fog early this morning, and in just a moment here, I'll show you the time lapse because there really was quite an improvement here in the Twin Cities metro. First though, I want to walk you through your headlines. We're going to slowly clear out the remainder of those low clouds this afternoon, and I do think that we will see the sunshine helping us warm to right around 50 degrees. But we have rain on the way. It arrives Friday. That comes with the chance of some thunderstorms by Friday evening, and by Saturday morning, we could briefly get in on some snow. But look at this time lapse, completely gray there at the beginning. You couldn't see anything. Visibility was down to less than a quarter of a mile in some spots. I certainly saw that on my morning commute. I know that we were tracking some accidents during the morning program, and some reports in the National Weather Service chat even said that visibility was down to less than 300 feet. In fact, another really interesting report came in and said that some of the weather software was reporting heavy snow. We obviously did not see heavy snow, but that's how our systems interpreted the really dense fog that we saw this morning. And we could see more of that into tomorrow morning. As far as the rest of the day goes, I think that we'll make it up to right around 50 in the Twin Cities, 50 in Luck today, 46 in St. Cloud, 46 in Brainerd, staying in the 30s to the far northern part of the state, and elsewhere a mixed bag of 40s and 50s. The fog is tough because wherever we see that fog develop, it packs a punch when it comes to our temperatures, and it can be difficult to forecast what the rest of the day looks like. But I'll tell you this, the areas that we have seen the fog clear out of already today have started to warm up. So that's a good sign. Overnight tonight, mid-30s, 34 in St. Cloud, 30 Brainerd, 20s for some of those northern pockets of the state, closer to freezing in Rochester, 35 in Mankato. And tomorrow looks pretty similar to today overall. Fog in the morning, and as far as the rest of the afternoon goes, I do think we'll stay a little bit more on the cloudy side. Then we get into Friday, and we have our weather impact alert. It's going to last for 24 hours, 6 a.m. Friday through 6 a.m. Saturday. We start with rounds of rain. Then we get a chance for thunderstorms. Then it's a chance of snow as we get into our Saturday. So this is a pretty large scale system, and you will need to plan around this. Use caution if you are planning to travel, especially because other parts of the Midwest will be impacted by potentially some severe weather here. For us here locally in the Twin Cities, this is an outline of the timing for this event. We start with rain, scattered showers. There will be breaks, lulls in the activity Friday morning all the way through mid-afternoon. I would expect to need an umbrella, to need the windshield wipers for roads to be wet and potentially a little slick. Then as we get into Friday evening, mainly south of the metro, that's when we have a shot at seeing some thunderstorms. Some of those could be on the punchier side, so that will be something that we watch closely. And then by Saturday morning, we transition into some light snow. It'll wrap up pretty quickly, and that's why we're expiring our weather impact alert by 6 a.m. on our Saturday. So let's go ahead and talk through this on the microcast. This is Friday morning. Make sure you're watching the time here up above. Just light rainfall here locally. Down to the south, we're already seeing thunderstorms start to fire around breakfast time on Friday. That's not going to be the case for us. Our chance for thunderstorms comes later in the day, and you'll notice here it doesn't rain all the way through the Twin Cities all day long. There are breaks in that rainfall. By evening, we have a little bit more widespread shower activity, and there are those potential storms developing between, I'd say, 8 and 10 p.m. Southernmost Minnesota, really southeasternmost Minnesota. Some of those could be on the stronger side. They don't last long, and then into our Saturday morning, there could be a brief chance for a little bit of a wintry mix, which is also something that we'll need to watch closely. After that, it's just snow. What about severe weather? This is to the south of us, but this is a level 1, or what we call a marginal risk of severe weather. That means that we could see a couple of isolated severe storms. typically. And then further to the south, we have that slight risk, that's a level 2, and I cut this off here, unfortunately, to the south of Iowa, but you can see a little bit of orange down there. That's where we have an enhanced risk from the Storm Prediction Center. So that's why I say if you are traveling to Other parts of the country, Friday into Saturday, there definitely could be some flight delays, so that's something to keep an eye on. How much rain could we see? It's going to depend on where you are, but where we see heavy downpours, easily an inch or more for the Twin Cities, looking like a ½ inch is definitely in the cards for us, and elsewhere maybe a 1/10 to a 1/4 of an inch. So one more time, here is that weather impact alert. 6 a.m. Friday to 6 a.m. Saturday. Nice and easy, 24 hours. We start with rain. Thunderstorms will be possible, and then we wrap things up on our Saturday morning with a chance of snow. Roads will be wet. They could be slick Saturday morning. And if you're traveling outside the state, your travel plans could be impacted. That is, if they are Friday night into Saturday morning. But by Saturday afternoon, we should be in the clear. High forecast is 50 for your Saturday. And look at Sunday. Daylight saving time begins, but that could be our warmest day of the season, of the year really so far, with a high near 60. We'll see you tomorrow.